So episode 24 of Boruto came out, and I gotta say this episode was pretty exciting to see. And this is where the halfway point of the episode is where I left off in the manga. So I wanted to see how this episode occurred, and seeing Sasuke Sakura actually work together as a team. Where Sakura she had to go after the messenger and actually pretend to be as him. And I think it was very interesting how they had a pretty damn good, interesting plan. I definitely wouldn't have thought Sakura would have gone that way. I actually thought that when this initially occurred in the manga, I genuinely thought that Sasuke would have been the messenger and just straight up knockout Zenzu right then and there, just backstab him while he isn't even paying attention, and the story's done, it's over presumably, and but they're kind of doing it a more low key way because they're still trying to get the ultra particle, because the ultra particle is seemingly in the cellar, or maybe there's a secret because there's a rumor in the cellar that's what it got to go to. And so when Sakura actually does come to Zenzu's office, they actually do have a conversation while Sasuke is disguised as the cane, and Sakura trying her damnedest to play the role of this messenger, and Sasuke he's being extremely bold because Sakura messed up, but he didn't throw the cane far enough, so he got to keep playing his duel and try to keep his attention more keep his attention. And I'm kind of surprised that Zenzuo didn't notice that he didn't notice that there was a ruse going on. I actually thought that he would have noticed that there was something fishy about the cane. He would have noticed that there's something fishy about Sakura's personality because he was acting a little bit weird. But I'm surprised he didn't notice that. Yeah, because seemingly he was just fine with how things played out. And because when Sakura, when the dude actually did suspect something, when he actually thought was saying, "Well, what's your cane? I don't see it anymore." But Sakura, being the genius that she is, she actually pulled out the real cane while Sasuke out here taking his sweet time, actually trying to unlock the door with his chakra and map the key out with Earth Dial. And it was just so crazy to me that like Sasuke, he's literally right behind you. Like he is literally right there. Like he could literally just turn around and he could see you. But luckily, due to Sakura's doll game, he managed to pull out the victory. He managed to pull out the dub and managed to go inside the cellar. While Sakura, on the other hand, he actually did tell Zendu that the progress is going. He actually did manage to ask about the progress of this apparently dinosaur army, a dinosaur army. That's apparently what's happening now. This dinosaur army, and Zendu he's ready to get his plan to action. He's ready to get this plan he had into full action because he's saying that it's going smoothly, that I cannot risk any deviations or any spoilers of my plan, otherwise it will come crawling down. And that would lead Sasuke to actually go down to the cellar. And this is where the part I left off in the manga, where we see Sasuke have a bunch of random chickens, and I was so confused what the chickens meant in the manga, but then we see in the anime that these chickens are basically sacrifices. I thought it was so crazy to me that like this is a similar process of Endo Tensei because I was so surprised about that because normally with Endo Tensei you just sacrifice a living human being for a dead human being, and so it was so surprising to me that you're sacrificing a chicken for a dinosaur. Like they're not equivalent things. I would say they're nowhere near they are so far removed from each other that they're not even they're two completely different things, and yet I'm just surprised that something so insignificant can transform as powerful as a dinosaur beast. I just think that was pretty cool and pretty OP for a dragon beast to be spammed to that degree without that many drawbacks. I mean, the only drawback is chickens, but nobody really cares about chicken and Narble birds because, again, it's just chicken. That's not really much of a loss to anyone. So the fact that you can create a dinosaur army with just the power of chicken, like that is so insane to me. And I just thought that was pretty cool how this is how Zendu is doing this. He created this big ass army to do what? I don't know, but like it's just kind of crazy to me that he actually thinks that this army of dinosaur beasts will be able to, I don't know, potentially take over the world. Because, I mean, well, yeah, they are strong, but come on. I mean, it's just really hard for me to believe that he really thinks a dinosaur beast can take over certain parts of the world. I don't know what specific goal he has in mind, but we just kind of see what happens in the next couple episodes. But when I see Sake actually engaging with Meno, Sake actually realizes that this guy's being abused. This guy had genjutsu. This guy has been interrupted from his sleep. Meno had died millions of years ago, or billions, whatever you want to prefer. He had died a very long time ago, and he obviously just wants to rest. He obviously just needs to go back and do slumber. And it's just so crazy to me how with Sasuke, he's so damn suave. Like, he literally made this mental character actually just calm down by using his ice release and just freezing the injury that was pissing him off because he would just go on rampage mode. And for Sasuke, like, he is such a smooth operator with animals. Like, we seen him with Manda. We seen him with that bird, that legendary hawk or whatever. We seen them with Manda. Like, Meno, and he just so incredibly gifted with animals, seemingly more than Naruto, who has literally the contract of the toad, but we see Sasuke have more more usage out of animals that he makes bonds with. It is so insane to me how Sasuke actually has more utility with the animals that he has as summon. And for Sasuke, again, he just fucking badass. Like, the fact that he literally made Meno bite him just so he can infuse his chakra to overwrite the genjutsu, and then Meno actually snap and wake up to reality and actually decide to become Sake's partner. But obviously, Sake, he cannot do that on a mass scale because that would take forever. But the fact that he was even able to do that is just so crazy to me because Sake, he just such a damn badass. And the thing about Meno is like when Sake mentioned this to Endo Tensei, I was so shook back because when I look at Meno, like, I don't see no cracks or black eyes on his face. So how is the Endo Tensei summon? Because he has none of the characteristics of an Endo Tensei summon. Like, Sake even said that he does not have the paper tag inside his head, but obviously all the Menos, I'm guessing, they just have a genjutsu placed upon them once they are brought back to life. And it's just so interesting how Zenduo has been doing this on such a mass scale, and how it has not been noticed at all. Seemingly, not a single person had noticed. Like, Sasuke is like the first person to ever notice this. Seemingly, and it was just so crazy how Zenduo, he's pretty damn smart. I kind of do want to see what his end game is going to be. And speaking of end game, I thought it was very interesting how we see the last panel that we see this chicken being sacrificed, and it just looked like. And I thought it was going to be that chicken transformed into a Meno, but no, it transformed into a chicken dinosaur thing that looked significantly bigger than Meno. It looked a lot more terrifying, and in the background. And unfortunately, I got spoiled by this, but I'm gonna say if you don't want to be spoiled, we skip this part. But I can literally see that the guy has yellow hair, and I saw in the comments a couple hours earlier that there was a theory that that person was GG, but I didn't believe it because I love GG. GG is my homie. But now that uh that last panel or whatever actually happened, I do think it does seem like it could be them. It could be GG that was the traitor of it all, which is incredibly disappointing because I fucking love GG. He was such an awesome character to Sasuke. I hope it's kind of one of those things where he's where he's like similar to Olga, or I can't remember his name. I can't remember the other guy's name. Oh, Kiru-san. I hopefully it's like one of those things where he's being forced into work with Denzel and not actually being on the side of evil. Because GG, I want to see him get married. I want to see him have a good life outside this person. I don't want him to go down this path of where he had to go against Sasuke. Sasuke had to regrettably defeat his cellmate. Like, he is in this prison. He is his best friend in this prison. Like, he even gave Sasuke the advice to give the ring to Sakura. So for GG to actually be one of the supporting antagonists, that would be such a bummer because he's so damn cool. He's just a normal person, but he's honestly a cool person that gave Sasuke a lot of purpose, a lot of motive to pursue other goals with Sakura, to be more open with her. And, for that, I applaud Gigi, but we're just going to have to see what his goals are in mind and what he's going to do after this arc. But regardless, tell me your thoughts on all of this stuff. Tell me your thoughts about this episode. Tell me your thoughts about the character of Gigi, Zenitsu, and Meno seemingly being under the guise of Sasuke Uchiha. But with that, I'll see you guys on the next one.